Invest Fest. What's going on, y'all? Man, y'all make some noise, man. Let's go. Hey, look, man, let me tell y'all something. I'm Jemal, for y'all that don't know, the 9-to-5 millionaire. And the reason why they call me the 9-to-5 millionaire is because I kept my job as a Chicago police officer while being a millionaire from investing in real estate. I tell people all the time, the reason why a lot of people don't get to where they're going in life is because they don't know what they want. Like everybody I talk to all the time, people is just always like, man, I know I want to get this, I know I want to get that, but they really don't know what they want. So look, man, I need y'all to do me a favor here. I want everybody to close their eyes. I want you to close your eyes right now. And I want you to imagine what the perfect life for you looks like. I want you to see it. I want you to see that business that you want to start. I want you to see if it's a spouse. I want you to see that spouse. If it's a certain amount of money that you want, what does that look like? Look, you guys cannot go back home the same way you came here. I need you all to start seeing what it is that you want in life. Whatever it is, I want you to see it. Before the world can see it, we need you to see it first. I want you to start practicing this every single day. I want you to imagine what your perfect life would look like. You have to know what you want. Open your eyes. Look, this is a little exercise that my parents used to do with us, right? When I was about 8 years old, I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. When I was about 8 years old, my father, one time in particular, he lined up my brothers and sisters, and my father, he had this camcorder. You know, back in the day, we didn't have the cell phones, we had the camcorders. My dad had this camcorder, and he lined up me and my brothers and sisters, and he asked us all. My sister was the oldest one, so he started with her. She was probably about 12 years old. He said, Carla, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm telling y'all, man, the truth. My sister looked at the camera, and she said, Dad, I want to be a school teacher. My dad said, Carla, the world needs school teachers. Do you not know that to this day, my sister's a school teacher in Chicago? That's right, give it up, give it up. So y'all, listen to this right here, listen to this. So next in line was my brother. My brother was named after my dad, and my dad was a Chicago police officer. And you know, and he named my brother Tommy after him. And so he looked at my brother, and he had the camera on my brother, and he said, Tommy, what do you want to be when you grow up? My brother looked over at my dad had this smile on his face, and my brother looked at the camera and said, Dad, I want to be a police officer just like you. Do y'all not know, to this day, my brother is a state trooper in Illinois. I'm next in line, but I was that kid that couldn't get right? So my little sister, she was on my dad's lap, and then my dad asked my little sister. He said, baby girl, what do you want to be when you grow up? My little sister, she was about 4 years old. She looked at my dad and said, I want to be a school teacher just like my big sister. Do you all not know that my little sister is a principal in Houston, Texas to this day? Now it was my turn. And I told y'all I was that kid that couldn't get right, the one that was always getting in trouble. And so my dad was like, all right, Jemal, now look, man, you on camera. He said, your older sister want to be a school teacher. Your brother want to be a police officer. Even your baby sister want to be a school teacher. He said, what do you want to be when you grow up? I remember looking at my dad, and I remember looking at my siblings, and my siblings, they were like, Jemal, just make daddy happy. They was like, man, you know, if we made my dad happy, my dad would take us out for ice cream and stuff like that. So they was like, just make dad happy. I remember looking at my dad, then I remember looking at the camera, and then I remember yelling out with a loud voice, I want to be a millionaire. And to this day, hey, it's power in the tongue. How many of y'all believe that? If you believe it's power in the tongue, let me hear you make some noise. Come on, man, I need y'all, it's 20,000 people here, I need you to make some noise. It's power in the tongue. You gotta start declaring what it is you wanna be. You gotta speak it, you gotta say it. We grew up years ago always kind of keeping everything that we want to do to ourselves. Yo, you have to start letting the world know what it is you want to accomplish in life. You can't keep it to yourself no more. That was the first time when my dad heard me say that I wanted to be a millionaire, and y'all listen to this. That was the first time that my dad taught me about the difference between a destination and a vehicle. You see, being a millionaire was the destination. But then he asked me what vehicle was I going to use to get there? And for some of you all are saying that you want to do things in life, but the vehicles that you're choosing does not match the destination that you have. I'm gonna say that again. Some of you all saying that you want to do certain things in life, but you're not pairing the right vehicle that's gonna get you to your destination. So I need you all to start thinking about what it is you want to do, because when you don't know what you want to do in life, you fall for anything. You literally start taking on anything. And that's why some of you all are at jobs that you don't like. You are literally at jobs that's draining you. And the reason why this job is draining you is because you made this job your destination. When really the job was nothing more than a vehicle that's going to get you to your destination. So I need you all to start asking yourself, what is the destination that you have for yourself? What is the destination? Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all know my story already, but I had a friend of mine who made it to the NFL. And this guy, man, he was living this crazy life. And he was living a life that I wanted for myself. I was only making $36,000 a year as a Chicago police officer at the time. And I remember my friend, after this crazy shooting that I had, he invited me to come and visit him. He was in Baltimore playing for the Baltimore Ravens. Let's go, Baltimore in the house. So y'all listen to this. So I went and visited my friend in Baltimore, and as soon as I got there, my friend, he ended up taking me out to this restaurant with a bunch of other NFL guys. And y'all, I suffer from this thing that I call PTSD. It's called post-traumatic sports disorder, right? It's where I still lift weights every single day like I'm going to the NFL. And so here it is, man, we got to this restaurant, and the second we got to this restaurant, all of these guys, man, they was just calling out everything they wanted to eat. I'm talking about before we even sat down, they was naming things like, hey, let me get this steak, let me get this T-bone steak, let me get this porterhouse steak. They was naming everything. And the waiter came around to me and said, Jemal, what do you want? I was like, I need to see a menu. The reason why I wanted to see a menu is because I would do this, and I know a lot of y'all got a lot of money, and y'all not like me, but I really didn't know what I wanted at that moment. When we was in this restaurant, like I said, I was only making $36,000 a year, and one of these steaks could have been my light bill. It could have been like one of my gas bills, so I wasn't even trying to spend money like that. But the thing that got me was I was with all of these one percenters. I was with all these millionaires. And all of these guys knew exactly what they wanted. And when the waiter kept asking me, I couldn't decide what I wanted. And in life, some of you all are doing that same thing. You can't make a decision on what you want in life. What I would do, when the waiter gave me the menu, the first thing my eyes did, they went to the right side of the menu. Y'all know what the right side is, right? Y'all know what the right side of the menu is, right? It's the prices. So what I would do, I would look at the prices first. And then I would look at the top 5 items that I could afford. And then I would make a decision on what I wanted to eat based off of what I could afford. Now, some of y'all looking at me like, man, Ma, that's what you was on? But see, some of y'all are doing that with your life. Some of you all are looking to the right side of the menu of life. Some of you all are making decisions, not based on it being the best decision, but making decisions based on it being the cheapest decision. If you make decisions based on it being the cheapest decision, it will come back and bite you later on in life. You cannot go through life making decisions based on the cost of that decision. So what I ended up doing, when I came back home from that trip, my mind was blown, y'all. My mind was gone. And I said to myself that if I don't make a decision, my life will be like this forever. Some of you all need to make a decision. You need to make a decision that you're going to change your life, that you can no longer keep playing it safe. You can no longer depend on your job, because your job is going to always take care of them first. They're going to take care of their family first and not yours. You have to make a decision. So when I got back home, y'all, my mind was blown. My mind was blown. I remember the feeling that I had, and I kept this feeling with me forever. I remember one time in particular, my friend who was playing in the NFL, I remember he just met this female, and I remember he took her shopping. I remember he took her, bought a Louis Vuitton purses. He took her out to this expensive restaurant, and here it is, I was with my wife that I've been with ever since high school. And I seen this man doing more for this woman he just met than what I could afford to do for my girl that's been with me since day one. Guys, it's gotta burn. Some of y'all are having things like this happen in your life, and it's not burning you. You're not taking it personal. And so what I did when I came back home, I said that I was gonna buy a building for every single bill that I had. I said that I was gonna create this lifestyle for me and my family so that I would never have to go through life, and my children would never have to go through life not knowing what it is. I bought a building for every bill, and I changed my life one property at a time. How many of y'all in real estate? Raise your hand. Oh yeah, I love it, I love it, I love it. Everybody that's in this room should have raised their hand. Watch this. How many of you all own your own property? Raise your hand. How many of you all rent? Raise your hand. How many of you all lease? Raise your hand. Guys, everybody in this room is in real estate. Everybody is in real estate. I just tell people that you just need the right information to learn how to be on this side of the cash register. Every first of the month, somebody's paying rent and somebody's collecting rent. You gotta just be on this side of the register, guys. You have to make a conscious decision before you leave here that you want better for your family, that you want better for yourself. You gotta make a decision that you're gonna take this exposure that you're getting at this conference. Where else in the world are you in a place with so many millionaires and billionaires? And they all look like you. Man, y'all need to give it up for that. Guys, I got this thing, and I need y'all to write this down. Your level of exposure will determine your level of success. Maybe the reason why you don't have certain things in life is because you're exposed to the wrong people. If you look at the top 5 people that you hang around, I guarantee you, y'all income level is the same, you probably live in the same neighborhood, you probably drive the same cars, you probably go out to the same restaurants. You need to go after exposure. You need to step outside of your surroundings. You need to go after it. I'm sitting there telling y'all, man, exposure is so crazy. I said this yesterday at the VIP. How many of y'all know E.T., the #1 motivation speaker in the world? Make some noise. Guys, let me show you how exposure works. When I first met E.T., I promise y'all, E.T. only had one house. He only had one property. The #1 motivation speaker in the world had one property. And now, because he's been connected with me, he owns several, I can't even count how many properties he owns, but he owns properties all over the country now. That's what exposure does. And because I've been connected with the #1 motivational speaker in the world, here it is. 5 years ago, I was in a squad car. Now here I am standing in front of you on the #1 stage in the world. Man, y'all give it up. Look, I need y'all to do something, man. I need everybody in this room to stand up for me. Come on, y'all, everybody in this room, stand up. Hey, I need y'all to listen to what I'm about to tell you. If you believe And y'all know I'm all about faith, man. Faith is what? Faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. You guys, it's the substance. You don't have to have it figured out. When I first got started in real estate, I'm telling you I didn't have it figured out. But the one thing I had faith. I had belief. I knew that all I had to do was just believe, and God was gonna put everything else in place for me. Some of you all got businesses that you wanna start, and you're waiting on the bank to approve you. You're waiting on somebody to overread your business plan. And I'm sitting here telling you, you got everything that you need inside of you right now. You got everything to start that business. Let me tell y'all something. 6 years ago, I was in an audience. I was in the front row listening to E.T. speak. I can't make this up, man. Look at me now. Guys, you have to believe. Stop speaking death over your life. I once read that it's power in the tongue. It's life and death in the power of the tongue. You got to start speaking life. Don't worry about the knowledge. You're going to get enough of that. Bro, you got YouTube University right now. You got EYL. You got so many different ways to learn what it is you got to do. I could teach you real estate, I promise you, in 30 minutes to an hour. But it'll take a lifetime for me to teach you to believe. So I need everybody that's in here that's believe. If you really believe that your circumstances is about to change because of this conference, I need you to shout out, I believe. Come on, man, y'all ain't saying it like I need you to say it, man. If you really believe that after this weekend, you're gonna be the difference maker for your family, I want you to shout out, I believe. If you really believe that you're gonna be that difference maker in your family, and because of you, your family would never know poverty, I need you to yell out, I believe. Woo, man. Hey, I'm feeling like E.T. right now. Last one, man. If you believe that because of your obedience, that somebody is going to be blessed, I need you to yell out, I believe. Man, I need y'all to give it up for yourselves, man. Hey, y'all, my name is Jemal King, the 9 to 5 Millionaire, and it's time to be great. Thank you.
Check, 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 check. Make some noise one more time for Jemal King, man. Make some noise, y'all.